you. I wanna love you every day. Baby, you are my life, my life, my life. Let us have a free time, free time, free time. Sunday morning, love you. Friday morning, love you. I wanna love you every day. 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 Sunday morning, love you. Monday morning, love you. Sunday morning, love you. Monday morning, love you. I wanna love you every day. 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 Baby, you are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lady, you are attractive, attractive, attractive. Lady, you are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lady, you are attractive, attractive, attractive. Tuesday morning, love you. Wednesday morning, love you. Sunday morning, love you. Monday morning, love you. I wanna love you every day. I wanna love you every day. I wanna love you every day. I wanna love you every day.
Well, that's Sunday Morning Love You for this week. There's only 2 more Sunday Morning Love Yous, and that was a slightly different version of Bim Narulu. It's like a remixed one. I love listening to remixes. But yeah, welcome to Sunday, and welcome to a brand new painting. Yes, it's that lovely cheetah that I keep calling it a bloody cheetah, it's a leopard. I really feel like putting red ABs in there for the eyes, but I can feel a sneeze coming up. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does look really lovely, this painting. I woke up today with the sniffles, sneezing, all sort of congested in the nasal cavity, and yeah, and guess what, people, it's the return of rain. Yes, we had such a gorgeous day, with weather-wise yesterday, and yeah, obviously didn't last very long because the rain's back again. Where the hell is all this rain coming from? I mean, I've never known anything like it. Like, we have had the last few months so much rain, you know. But I have some something to show you. So, you know, I was talking about that red Temu pen. As you know, I like to have a different coloured pen. And the pen that Paula got me, which is this DAC one, that's run out of wax, so I need to sit there and push all the wax through and roll it up. So I'm gonna have to do that and get that sorted. But I've been really wanting a red pen and a yellow pen to join my ever-growing collection of pens, and I finally have my red pen, and hasn't it come out gorgeous? It's got some adapters in it. I didn't do an unboxing for this because I didn't see the point in unboxing one thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that out and oh yeah, look, we've got all different adapters there. But yeah, this is the first time I've used it. It came the other day, and I wanted to, you know, show you what it looked like before we actually done it. So what I'll do is, for now, that probably isn't the right placer. You do have to check these because sometimes they're screw-ins, but this looks like it's a push one. And then what we'll do, oh, just look at that red. Oh, mama, that looks so good. And then what we'll do, interesting, you see how one has the gold fitment and then the others don't? That's really interesting. So yeah, we'll put the other one in, and we're going to use this baby today. So, oh, blimey, that's a... Why is that so... Is that a screw in? No. Oh, that's not liking that. What's happening with that? Right, hang on a minute. That's really stiff to go in. That just, maybe it goes, yeah, this looks like it's this end, and then perhaps that goes that end. But you see, because now I can have like all different coloured pens. And I've always wanted a red one, and it's taken me so long to try and find the perfect pen. So I think the next colour idea we'll get, because they had loads and loads of different colours, is yeah, the next colour I'm going to get is probably going to be a yellow one. I think I need to work out what colours I've got and what I haven't, because I do, the general rule on my channel is I like to work with a different coloured pen, or it doesn't necessarily have to be a colour pen, but I like to work on a different pen each session. So yeah, I will definitely get some more colours in. Oh, this sniffing again. Right, just bear with me a minute. Let's pause. Righty-ho, let's go. Right, so let's rewind back to Friday. So I think Friday was the last, I can't actually remember when I last had a whip and chat. It must have been Thursday or Friday. Well, so as you know, I haven't been sleeping properly because of that bloody man cover drain thing. And the other day, someone was out there with, you know, that it's like a maintenance tool, but it's like a, they walk along the road and it's got a wheel underneath it, and it's like a measuring wheel thing. Well, someone was out there the other day measuring the drain cover, and I've not heard that go off at all the last few days. So I think someone's actually fixed it now from the Essex County Council team. So yeah, they must have fixed it because it's not been going off. So, and I'm very happy about that because it was really, really loud. And yeah, I woke up, I think it was either Friday or Thursday, and I had this almighty migraine. Oh my god, it took almost 6 hours to get rid of it. So I knew that I had to try and get my whip and chat done. So over here we have the last coaster that I was working on. That's how much I did, and I just had to stop. I've got to do there and there, but I just had to stop. The pain was too much with obviously the headache, and I tried everything. I took some medication, I had something to eat, because it can be a number of things when you have a headache. It could be that your brain is asking for sugar, it could be you've not eaten, it could be that you've not had enough sleep. I find it's always either out of sugar related, or it's because you're tired and you're trying to tell your body to stay awake, and your body's trying to say, no, you need to sleep, you know. In an ideal world, I'd love not to sleep, you know. I think sleeping takes up so much time, and all that time you're sleeping, you could be diamond painting. So yeah, I don't like sleeping. I don't like eating, because that's another thing that, you know, consumes time. I'd much rather be diamond painting than sleeping or eating. But anyway, so I thought, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna have to just go to sleep because I can't get rid of this headache. So I then, about 2-3 hours later, I decided, right, I'm gonna have to go to sleep. And I'm thinking I'm not gonna get nothing done today, so I'm just gonna have to just take a few hours. And after trying to get it to shift, I even used my headache clip. So yeah, I thought, right, I'm gonna have to go to sleep. And I only took a couple of hours because I was like, if I sleep any longer, I'm not gonna get nothing done. And yeah, still sort of had it, woke up, still sort of had it at 10 o'clock. And the worst thing ever is going to sleep with a headache, because obviously there's only so much medication you can take. And you know, so I just thought, right, I'm gonna have to go. And then sort of like after I went to sleep, got back up again, had, I think it was a hot cross bun I had, and then eventually it went 6 hours. Yeah, so that's why there was no heart coaster gone up, because I wasn't feeling very well that day. So yeah, but look at this, isn't that gorgeous? And imagine when the lights go on it, that's going to be beautiful. And this poor painting, it's been scheduled to go live the last few weekends, and just something's come up each weekend and I've had to like change the schedule. I can't remember what the reason was last weekend. Saturday, for some reason, I cancelled it and I can't remember why. I think I had too much on with obviously my house chores and stuff, so I can't actually remember the reason why I cancelled it. So, and then obviously Sunday, no, I know what it was. Saturday was Valentine's, because no, it wasn't. I actually can't remember why I cancelled last live, but yesterday I obviously was Valentine's. Now I don't do anything for Valentine's, so I just watched a movie. And no, we're backtracking here. Let me go to Friday the 13th. Woo! Why is Friday the 13th classed as like a bad day? Alexa, why is Friday the 13th bad?
I'm not quite sure how to help you
Oh,
with that.
God almighty. Seriously, you know, this is so frustrating, isn't it? I mean, you get a brand new Alexa and you still have the same things, because I've upgraded mine because that other one was playing up. And, you know, you get a brand new one. I got this way back in December and it still plays up. So, I don't know. I don't think Alexa is the best artificial intelligence thing for me. Perhaps I need to change to Google or something. But yeah, apparently this Friday the 13th is supposed to be like a bad day or something, but obviously I can't Google it because my phone's charging. So if someone can please let me know why it's classed as like a bad day. But I don't believe in all the rubbish. I don't believe in ghosts, don't believe in Friday the 13th. I certainly don't believe in spirits. So it's all like made up crap in my opinion. But yeah, so yeah, Friday I popped over to, it was long overdue. What it was is me and my sister went for a coffee, because we arranged that almost 7 weeks ago, and it's so awkward because her job is a nightmare. She works in a nursery, but the problem is she has 2 shifts, so she's either on a late shift or an early shift. Now, she's not allowed to leave the nursery if the parents haven't come to pick up the kids, basically. And she said, right, I'll meet Thursday, because obviously late she finishes at 6, earliest is 4. And I said, right, I'll meet you at Chelmsford. And I wasn't sure if it was going ahead, and I did say, look, you know, you keep letting me down, it's quite frustrating. One thing I hate is when you get mucked about. I hate that, because I like being on schedule. And yeah, so it was going ahead, so that was good. So I was standing outside Riverside Retail Parks, the coffee shop was there, and she said I should be out by 4:30, say 5. Well, she didn't get to Riverside until 5:30, and I thought, oh my god, are we going to actually get in the shop? And there were still people going in there at like 5:30. And she just got there about 5:30. We got our coffee, sat down, and we were done by 6, just as closing time. But I actually wondered if because obviously they close at 6, but I actually wondered if they still let you drink your drink while they're closed. And yeah, we were the last people to go out the shop, so I paid for it, because the way we work is we do it in turns. So if I pay this time, my sister pays the next time. So it was my turn to pay, which I was quite happy about, because I got 2 points on my Costa thing. And I'm only 4 away now from getting the free coffee. So yeah. And I said, what would you like? And I said, because she asked me what I wanted, and I said, oh, well, I'm going to have the white hot chocolate, and she went for the same. And I said, can I have 2 large? And she said, oh no, can I have medium? And I said, do you not want large? And she was like, no thank you. And I said, okay, so 1 medium and 1 large. And oh my god, this cup, Jesus, if my other phone was if my other phone was charged, I would show you. But this cup was so big, it had 2 handles. Now they said large, I'm sorry, but that looked like triple large to me. It was absolutely massive, so big. And oh my god, I've never seen a cup so big. But yeah, it literally had 2 handles on it, because I think the idea is obviously 1 handle wouldn't be enough to hold it. So yeah, and yeah, so it was quite big, and we sat there, had a good sort of catch up, and then we went into, sorry, I'm just picking up some drills that have fell out the tray. And then I said, oh, I just need to pop in, because while I was waiting for her, I thought, well, to kill some time, I'll go into Home Bargains and just see if they've got any new candles. And I picked up the Easter Wishes one, and a few others that I wanted, the white chocolate, and yeah, so wasn't really an awful lot in there. I wanted to get some thins, but they didn't have any. Thins are like really sort of low calorie, thin sort of round disc crisps. We used to have a company called, well, I think it was Walker's that made them, but there used to be crisps called Discos, and oh my god, they were lovely. I think they're discontinued now, but oh, my mouth's watering thinking about them. Disco crisps, and the salt and vinegar were the best flavour in them pack. By god, did they have so much vinegar on them. And yeah, so after we came out of the coffee shop, I said, oh, I just need to pop into Iceland's. And Iceland's is a grocery store here, not to be confused with the country Iceland, because a lot of people, when I say, oh, I'm going to Iceland, they actually think I'm going to the country Iceland. But yeah, that shop is brilliant, you know, for like, if you just want something cheap. And everything's almost £1. Like some of the stuff in there, 2 apple turnovers with custard, £1. Like really good value for money. I mean, the taste is not going to be great because it's not like, you know, the expensive brands, but it's really, you know, it's budget friendly, and that's good. And yeah, so we picked up some things, and my sister was looking for these new cracker meal deal things, you know, like the Lunchables. Well, apparently they're Jacob's crackers with pickle on them. So she found them and she got some of them, and then I picked up some chips and fish because I wanted to have fish and chips. I normally get takeaway, but because we was in Iceland, I thought, well, I might as well save me money and get it from there. And like, rather than pay out 14 quid for a takeaway, I could cut that down to 2 quid and just get some fish in there. And I'll tell you something, their £1 fish is really good. And yeah, so we got some of that. And then my sister made a bit of a cock up, because what she did was, there's this coffee in there, I think they're called frappes. Well, they do this offer where you can get 3 different, it's basically 3 for 5, so you get 3 drinks for 5 quid. And it could be caramel, hot chocolate, mocha, I don't know, but it's basically like iced coffee. Well, she made a bit of a cock up, because what she did was she got 5 for 3 when it's supposed to be 3 for 5. So anyway, she had to like return one, and she tapped her card on the card reader, and I'm thinking, why have you paid again, like, if you want to return it? And she said no, they've refunded it. So apparently you have to tap your card to I'm used to putting the card in the machine and then obviously putting your pin in, but apparently you can now tap it on the reader, and it just, they refund you the same way as if you was to tap to pay. So yeah, and then after that we sort of ventured off to the train station, and we waited for the Braintree line, because I've got to pick my panda up at some point. I saw this adorable panda in Home Bargains, and I asked my sister if she could pick it up for me, and it was so funny, she strapped it inside the car seat. So she picked that up for me, and yeah, that's at my office at the moment. So at some point I've got to go over, because the way we work is that if I need something, she'll get it, and then I pay her the next time I see her. So I never pay up front, because obviously I don't have a bank account, so I can only pay her when I see her, sort of thing. So yeah, so she picked that up, and I've got to pick that up at some point. So I was sort of in a two-way position, like, do I walk you home and then pick up my panda, or do I just go back and come another day, sort of thing? So don't that look lovely, by the way? Look at this. Look at all that icy blue. This is stunning. So anyway, we decided that it didn't really make sense to go all the way, get off at Whittam, go all the way home and then come back. It was raining as well, and I thought, yeah, you're right. So at some point I've got to go and pick that up. And then obviously we waited for the Braintree train, and we literally got into the train station, and it was only like, they had one going to Whittam, because there's a train that goes to Whittam and then terminates and goes back up to London. And she said, well, we might as well wait 5 more minutes because the Braintree one's behind it. And I was like, yeah, okay, do that. It just obviously saved having to get off at Whittam and then get back on the train, because obviously we would have been on the train in front and the Braintree is behind it, so I would have had to change trains, because it didn't go to Braintree. Braintree's always on the hour, and it doesn't matter what station it's at, it's always on the hour. So if you're waiting in Chelmsford, it'll be like an hour wait from London, if you get me. So yeah, and then that was sort of it, really. And then of course it was Valentine's, and oh my god, yesterday was so busy with trying to send off parcels, because I had a few more people buy some things. One wanted in post, another one wanted every. I think I had a Royal Mail one as well, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to go up the hill to the lock then, because obviously the post office was shut. And so I went up to there, and I popped into the Co-op, and I'm glad I did, because I got these lovely donuts called polka dots, and they're like £1 and you get 5 in a pack, but they're really nice. The polka dots, every month they're always a different sort of they're a different every month's a different theme. So next month could be Halloween, you know, this month was Valentine's, so next month could be a different month, and pick some of them up. And then they had like this 6-pack of donuts by the Peacock company, not the clothes shop, but there's a brand called Peacock's, and I've always found Peacock foods, it doesn't matter what you get, their foods are always very, like, how to put it, it feels just like powdery. It's just, there's just no flavour whatsoever. Like, all their foods just seem to be very cheaply made. There's no like kicking flavour, but with donuts, it just feels like you're eating a lump of bread. They're just, yeah, I probably wouldn't get them again, and I was kind of annoyed because all the icing was getting stuck to the foil, you know, the plastic, because I don't understand why companies pack cakes knowing that they've got icing on and put them in a cellophane bag, because the cellophane is going to stick to it. So yeah, it's so frustrating. But you know, other cakes fine, but especially ones with icing really need to really go in the box. So yeah, I got some of that, and then I had to post another parcel off. Luckily there's an in-post out there, so got that done. That's about where we are now. And then obviously went home and watched my movie, put my candles on, watched my movie, had my pizza. I had a lovely pizza last night. It was pepperoni with lovely big chunks of ham, and yeah, I got that, and then had me Werther's original popcorn, had me nostalgic sweets. Oh my god, I absolutely love them. And then what else did I have? Oh, I got this little net of chocolates from B&M's, the little hearts, and I thought they were all milk chocolate, but they were actually caramel in the middle. And it's like, you know, the little coins that you get that are chocolate, but they're wrapped in a coin sort of foil in a net. That's how they were. So had them, and then once that finished, I had about half an hour, and then it was time to watch Wild at Heart, and pretty much that was it for the night. And then obviously that's where we are today. So I feel like I've done most of this blue now, so we should be discontinuing this colour now. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really sorry that I had to cancel again this week, but I was supposed to be, Saturday's my movie night, and it's just some of the films I watch are like 2 hours long, and so I felt like I don't really want to, by the time I've watched that and then obviously have to do live, and it'd be straight into Wild at Heart, I won't get a break. So yeah, maybe next week we'll have to move it to Sunday, but I'm gonna try this week and squeeze it in some point this week. So tomorrow you've got an unboxing video, and then obviously what we'll do is, because this was originally supposed to be live, you see, we will we'll just pre-record this up until when we can do live, and then I've got to try and finish off that coaster. So frustrating, that coaster, because all the others I've managed to film in one session, and now I've got to, I mean, I can do it in one session, but I'll have to stitch it because the first part's already been recorded. So I really wanted to get it finished in the one session, but it is what it is. I just need to sort my nasal cavity out. So that's that. So yeah, I thought today we'd do a bit of this. I've got to pick up some candles from InPost. Oh my god, does anyone else get, you know, when you buy something off a Vinted seller, and you always get these sellers that the minute they see it at the locker, they're like, oh, your parcel's at your locker. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. And it's like they keep pushing you to pick it up. And it's like, I'll pick it up when I'm ready. Yeah, you want your money, but I ain't going out there when it's raining. Like, if it's spitting, yeah, but not when it's like hammering it down like this. Oh no, look at them big gaps. Oh no, 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 we've got to do something about that. Oh, I can't be having big gaps. See, that looks awful. Look, you've got two there next to each other, and then you've got big gaps here. Why have they done that? Oh my god. Oh, that looks so ridiculous. Look, you've got that perfect line, and then this. Oh, we'll have to do something about that, because I can't be having gaps. It's just not good. So, yeah, now we have got a Temu unboxing on the way. I don't actually know where that is yet. I think it's still in the transit to airport warehouse bit. Oh my god. Yesterday, I went into town, and you're never going to guess what. I have found, you know that day I had to cover Sudbury? There was a shift I had to cover up there, and oh my god, I was walking down the bus park because I found a shortcut that you can go past the bus park and up this alleyway, and it gets to Sainsbury's rather than walk all around through town. And oh my god, this bus pulled up. It was a double decker and it said Sudbury on it, and I was like, no way. So there's a bus that runs from Braintree to Sudbury, and I think it's I'm sure it said it's the 42 service. So I'm going to have to look at their timetable, which I think you can get online, because if that's the case, I can then go direct on the bus rather than the train, because with a train I have to get on 3 different trains. So if that bus does go there, I'm assuming it must go into the town centre, but it's the 42 service. And if that does go there, I mean, the next time if I have to travel to Sudbury to cover a shift, I can get that rather than get on the train to Whittam, to then get on the train to Markstade, to then get on the train to Sudbury. I didn't even know they did do a bus like that, but unless it was just covering Sudbury that day. But no, there is a bus that goes from Braintree to Sudbury. So, I mean, there's a bus as well in Whittam. I don't know what the route number is, but it goes to Tollsbury. I don't even know where that place is. Sounds like a place in the middle of nowhere. It's normally with a red and white bus, so you know, like that beigey creamy colour. But yeah, I'm going to have to look into that timetable and see what the route's like. I have actually been on a bus, because my mum used to have a bus driver as my mum's boyfriend was a bus driver, and he used to go from Colchester up to Takeley, which is somewhere the other side of Braintree near the airport, because we have an airport here, Stansted. It's a little bit outside of Braintree, but it's fairly close. And yeah, we went on that bus route, and it felt like ages to get there. So yeah, but now I know there's a bus going to Sudbury, I will definitely have to. I think one day maybe I should just like get on there, just try the route out, do like a dummy run, and then I know next time I can get the bus. But I wonder how much the fare is, because I have a rail card, so if the fare's over £13, then I can use it, because the rail card only lets you use it if the fare's a minimum of 13. It's so frustrating, because when I go to Chelmsford, I have to pay £10.80, so it's not enough to use that rail card to knock some money off. But yeah, that's the only thing with the bus. If I did get the bus, I'd have to pay full price, because I wouldn't be able to do my rail card. They used to do this thing where you could use your rail card. It was called Plus Bus, I think it was called. I'm sure it was either a rail card or a train ticket, because I'm sure in London you can get, well, I think you can from Whittam or wherever you travel, but I'm sure you can get a ticket that allows you to go on the tube and the bus and obviously your mainline train. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. But yeah, our bus station is quite nice because we get buses from Whittam, run by Stevenson's. They do like the 38 Whittam to Howstead to Braintree. We've got buses that come in from Chelmsford that obviously do the Chelmsford to Braintree. You've got another one that does Colchester to Braintree, and they're all run by First Group. So they're like your sort of big companies that will go in and out of different towns, whereas some bus companies, I mean, years ago, Stevenson's, who did the 38 service, that never ever used to go to Braintree. It used to go from one end of town to the other end of town in Whittam, and then they extended it to go to Braintree. So and it's quite a nice route. I've been on that, and it goes all through Silver End as well, the little village. And it's nice because when it sort of hits Silver End, you see the other bus that's going to, so you're going to Whittam, and then the other bus is coming past going to Braintree. Yeah, my mum used to work in Rivenhall, and we used to get the bus, and I think it was the 38 that passed there, because back in the day I remember it being the 71. It was the 71 to Chelmsford. There was a bus that went through Rivenhall. I can't remember what the route name was, but yeah, so yeah, it's nice when you get a whip and chat where you can talk about a lot of things and then fill the video up, you know. But yeah, I think we're gonna have this rain all day. Alexa, how long have we got rain for?
It's raining and snowing right now.
Snowing? No, it's not. No, really? Snow? Okay, wow. So some places have got snow. Yeah, we always used to get snow in February. It was always ever February. But I don't think it snows much now. So this is nice because this is a nice little chunk to do. Oh no, I don't know if you can see that properly. Is that there? Yeah. This is a nice little chunk to do here because we can use all this silver up now, blue even. So yeah, it's hard to say whether we'll fit in any more canvases, but my priority at the moment is to sort this one out. And yeah, can you believe it's Monday already? Do you see what I mean about the months? Like January, oh my god, did it drag? And then February, it seems to be like, it's gone much quicker. First 2 weeks gone, just like that, you know? But yeah, I do feel like February is speeding along because we're already back on Monday and it's back to another week. And then you'll see what my March theme is. It's different this year. It's not fruits. I think last March we did fruits. Oh my god, yeah, I'm not even joking. I was eating a chip the other day and I must have put too many in my mouth because I felt it scrape right at the back of my palate. The palate is the top part of your mouth, and I felt like the corner scrape along it, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna get an ulcer now. And yeah, woke up the next day, a massive ulcer. So I've got another ulcer there, and it's so frustrating because when you swallow, you can feel like this rough, it feels like a scab, but it's like a rough piece of skin, and it's where it's obviously rubbing on the top edge of the what's it called, ulcer. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to dinner tonight because I've got a roast. I haven't had a roast in so long. So, well, I think I had one a couple of weeks back, but I used to have a roast every weekend, and now I have like a different. So 1 week's a roast, next week's toad in the hole with something, and then I might have shepherd's pie. But my teacher, oh my god, my sister's going to teach me how to do shepherd's pie, because I've never ever made that from scratch before, and apparently it's quite easy. You just have mince and then put in your carrots or what have you, and then put mash on the top, so I should be able to do it. I've got a Pyrex, so Pyrex, if you don't know what that is, it's basically like a big dish that you put, mainly if you like doing a sort of big sort of dish and cutting it up for serving and stuff. But yeah, I've got the roast dinner tonight, but it's going to be interesting because I've got to swap the roast potatoes for mash, so it's going to be basically not quite a full roast dinner, because I totally forgot to get the cooking oil, like the vegetable oil, and I forgot the bloody Yorkshire puddings. And with the way the weather is, I'm not going out, so I'm going to just tweak it a bit and just do mash, carrots, and then just chicken and gravy. You don't really need to have Yorkshire pudding with it all the time. I like them big ones, you know, where you get like the massive Yorkshire puddings and you put this, like the potatoes, the gravy, the chuck, and you know, and I don't know about you guys, but I love to put chicken in the Yorkshire, even the mini ones, you know, I love to put chicken in the Yorkshire, pour gravy, and then pick it up and eat it like a sandwich, you know, absolutely lovely. So yeah, 42 minutes and all we've done is blue, but that's good because this painting's been waiting for 2 weeks trying to get done. Because originally I was going to get me you know, get the coasters on, get them out the way, and then start this, but yeah, I thought like, well, no, we need to do a bit of this to get this moving, otherwise it's not going to fit on the schedule. So sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, la 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 la, let you go. What is that song? Sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey. Oh, well, and I found out what the name is. Kathy confirmed it's Angel, not Thumbelina. I don't know what made me thought it was Thumbelina, but yeah, it's Angel. So Stitch's girlfriend is Angel, and oh my god, I really could do with doing them today. Because that's another thing I've got to do today, is I've lost my stickers, so I've got to try and find them, and then I can get I don't know whether to start the dog or the Stitch first, because I really like this. I really want to get him done. So, yeah, right. Okay, now we might have to go back to the drawing board here, because we've only got them. And as you can see, some of them are printed upside down. So yeah, that's actually, look, there's 3 of them like it. You've got one there, that one's back to front, that one's back to front, and so is that. So oh man, okay, so we're we've got one there, but we are about, yeah, there's a few short here. That's the only problem I've always found with these LED light ones. You're always short on drills, but these 4, that's what's done it. These 4 rejects, and that's now 4 drills that we've got to try and replace because there's not enough. Oh man. Okay, never mind. We'll just have to. What have we got here? So we've got pink, pinkity pink, pink, pink. Oh. Yeah, man. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Let's have a bit of this black. How long we got? 45, so 15 minutes or so. But look at this. I love, this is the best bit. This icy blue. Love it. Okay, so let's do a bit of the blackety black. But we really miss Joe and Nick, because Joe and Nick, they moved up to London, and when they left, they bring us round a tin of brownies, and oh my god, her brownies was good. She was a good baker, and yeah, they were sort of like kept themselves to themselves, always very helpful. And Nick used to work in the bank, so obviously if we needed help with something and the branch was shut, he would always help us. You know, it could be like we got a bill and we wasn't sure how to pay it, and it'd be like, what, you need to pay that through the post office and stuff. And oh, someone's just favorited my item. Oh wow, I don't know what it is they favorited it, because I can't see it yet, but yeah. But going back to that seller, I've got some candles I need to pick up that I bought off Vinted, and because they can see it's been delivered, they're like, oh, your parcel's been delivered, and it's like, stop pushing me to go and get it. Like, I'll get it when I'm ready. Like, what is wrong with people? And I can, you know, it is frustrating. I do understand that, because, you know, we have to wait for our money until the buyer confirms it. But you would think they'd work like eBay, because the way eBay works is, once you, if you're very new to selling, they will hold your funds, but after so long, like 6 months or so, they then release it before you've sent the item. And I think Vintage should do that. You know, they can see that I sell, and I'm a professional seller, and yet we still have to wait for our money. It's just so frustrating. But on that note, guys, I'm going to finish off here and get that one done. Look at that. Now, what we will do is we'll just do a little bit of flickety flick 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 and see what that light looks like. I mean, you can't really tell because it's daylight, but let's have a look. Oh, look. See, until it's dark, we won't know the true effects, but I reckon them lights are going to bounce off that silver bit, that minty blue bit. I don't keep calling it silver, but yeah, look at that. Isn't this bloody gorgeous? So that is, I think I called her Bella, didn't I? What's the name for this cheetah? I don't know. I don't know what her name is. I can't remember. Bella, was it? I really don't know. And it's a leopard, not a bloody cheetah. Why do I keep calling it a cheetah? It's not. It's a leopard. But anyway, that's that. So our next session was tomorrow. You got an unboxing tomorrow, and then Tuesday will be our next session on this, or it may be that coaster. So yeah, wow. But yeah, the February completions is looking very busy at the moment. So anyway, that's that. Thank you very much for watching. As always, on the way out, if you could like, share and subscribe, that would be most appreciated at all. That don't make sense. It would be most appreciated. But yeah, have a wonderful day. Enjoy this horrible weather. Yes, it's raining again. Never stops raining. And I will see you on Monday for an unboxing video. Take care. Bye bye.